job skills, how to get into this job market. There's a lot of different changes that's out there now in terms of they want you to go in, the time that you just going in and filling out an application, all those days is gone. So most of the time they send you to the internet and, you know, and it's a lot of confusion because it's a new transition, a new way of doing things. And I'll say this, I'm giving this, I'm speaking to you guys about this, but I feel like just in terms of, I feel like God sent me here. And you never know where God is going to use you. And you never know who the word is for. Because just like in the good book, God, he sent for Moses. And at the time Moses, he was, he didn't think that, he said, God, why you pick me? And God said, I picked you because I want to pick you. So everybody in here, I feel like this word is going to touch somebody who needs to hear this, even though it's about job skills. The knowledge that I'm giving you may be for you or to give to someone else. And the Bible says, where there's no vision, people perish. So without you having that knowledge, then you're in a position where you can't get that job you want or make that money that you want. So I'm going to get into just a couple things that you should be doing. How many people have a profile on the internet or a job profile on the internet?
What is that?
Okay. Well, the first thing is, how many people have access to a computer? How many people have a Facebook, any of the social media that's out there? How many people read the paper or do any of that stuff on the internet? So if you set up a job profile, if you could already do those things, it'll be simple for you. But what you want to do, there's a couple sites that you want to go out to. There's a site called Monster. Have any of you guys heard of Monster?
Yes.
Another site called Career Builder. Have you heard of that one?
Yes.
You want to get your profile and get your resume onto those sites, because the employer, there's millions of people already out there, and if your profile is not on there, then pretty much you're in the back of you're not even in the line. So you want to start competing. In regards to resumes, how many people have a resume that they happy with? So if we were all competing, if I was the hiring manager right now, do you feel like you can beat everyone out with your resume that you have? And that's a question, and not to beat nobody down in terms of the documentation that you have, but that is something to consider when you're doing your resume. That's what I do, what my company does, specialize in taking what you've already done. Everybody has experiences, no matter what, whether you've been a doctor, whether, if you have some things in your past, it doesn't matter, because you still bring the skills, and that's what the employer wants to know, that you can be able to do the job effectively. So one of the things, you have to have your resume. You have to get a good resume in place. Secondly, you want to be able to interview. If I was to interview you right now, do you think you would be able to get the job? If I was interviewing for a position, do you think you'd be able to get the job? How many people are confident they can walk in an interview on Monday and get a job making $50,000 to $100,000? Okay. And so if you already had that talent, that's good, because you already defeated that. All you need is, if you got your resume and you got that down, you should be able to get the job that you want. Now, if you don't know how to interview, if you're not a good talker and that is no problem. You need to practice it. Just like if you play basketball, you play football, you want to get good at it, you got to put the work in. So there's certain questions common questions that they're going to ask at all the interviews. And what you just find someone that can ask questions, and then you go back and forth until you get good at it. Because without the practice, people will work on. There's a lot of people that they'll work on they'll be hitting the weights or doing this or have this hobby or that hobby. But you want to focus your time into investing in terms of like your resume and also interviewing, because that's where you're gonna get the money that you want. And then finally, the third thing that I wanted to address is in regards to would you know in terms of, do everybody have something called LinkedIn? Do you have a LinkedIn profile? Okay. And LinkedIn is very effective. What LinkedIn is, every company in America, pretty much almost every company in the world has a LinkedIn site set up, and it's basically like social media. You put your profile on there, you put your professional picture on there, and then you go out and you look for jobs. And you can find a lot of people that can give you that job if you're trying to get in a certain company. So if you were trying to get with the Dallas Cowboys, you're looking, say, hey, I want to get a job with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm gonna start in sales, or I'm gonna start doing this or that. You go on their site, you see who worked there, and then hey, I'm trying to get a job with y'all. Here you go, my resume. Can I get an interview? And so you networking with those people, because you're gonna go as far as the people that you're around. So if if you're around a lot of people that don't have access to those jobs, those are not going to be the people that's going to be able to give you the job. So you want to surround yourself and put yourself in a position where you're around someone that can say, hey, I know this person, I know that person, and I can help you get the job. I think those are like the three key points in terms of job skills that I want to address. I would say after this is over, any of you guys that have any questions or need some help, get my contact information. Get my contact information, and then we're gonna work some things out to try to get you where you want to be. Because I think everybody in here want to make a little bit more money. So and nowadays the only way you can do that is through employment. So back at home in Cleveland, it's a rough economy, and everybody is scraping and scrapping to get the job and everything. And I'm sure the same struggle here to a point. But I guess I'll leave this message for you before I get down. Just really focus on your job skills. Really focus on your job skills, and treat that as important as whatever you treat important. Like if it's watching your show, or if that's get on social media, or whatever your hobby is, treat that as important as that. Because I'm a firm believer that whatever you really put your mind to, you can accomplish. You got to believe in it. You got to have faith. And Pastor was talking about having faith, and you have to have faith in terms of where God can take you. Because faith without works is dead, and if you don't want to, if you're not going to believe, you might as well not believe. But if you start doing the work and you believe in what you're doing, I truly believe God will take you where you want to go. So that's pretty much all. Like I said, reach out to me if you need any help. If you need help with your resume, some interviewing tips, even strategies in terms of how to look for the job and get into the position that you want to get into. So that's all. Again, I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure being down here with you guys. Dallas, this is really my first time in Dallas. So, the people are very nice down here, and I've enjoyed my time down here so far. So that's pretty much all. So thank you for listening, and I'll let the pastor take over. Q&A. Okay. So I didn't know I had the time, but I'm actually gonna do a Q&A with you guys. So and that's so basically any questions that you have right now, I can address any questions that you have in terms of anything, and I want you to utilize this today. No question is a crazy question, but let's do this. LinkedIn. Yes. LinkedIn is a site. It's a professional job site. So basically,
is that linked to all companies?
It's linked to pretty much when they designed LinkedIn, they made LinkedIn for basically for all the business people. So it was like, if you know what Facebook or what Twitter is,
I don't mess with Facebook.
well, it's the same concept. The only difference is it is for business people, for people, not just business people, people looking for a job. So if you didn't have a Facebook or no other social media, I would get a LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is gonna, because then now you can start contacting people that work for companies. When you set up your LinkedIn and you add me as a friend on LinkedIn, and if I work for the Dallas Cowboys, you reach out to me and say, hey brother, I want to try to get into work for the Dallas Cowboys, what I need to do. Now, I might say, hey, they hire me for this position. So it's basically, LinkedIn is building relationships within the workforce. So because most of the time, when you're looking for a job, it's hard to get those connections to get inside the company. So, right there on LinkedIn, it's a tool, it's free. And you can network. You can network, you can meet people that can help you get inside the company.
So not only am I linked, I'm visually linked with you also if I need a read, if I need a reference.
Yes, if you need a reference. But I would say, when you do LinkedIn, you want to, and if you're meeting someone that you don't know and you're trying to get into a company, I would say, you still want to treat it like you would treat it with people that you know in the community. If you see someone in the community, you're not gonna just ask them for $20. Hey, can I get $20? I mean, if you don't know the person, you're not gonna just ask the person, can I get $20? And even if you do, it's a chance. The more likely, if I ask you right now, can I get $20? And you know when I'm about to go back to Cleveland, there's no relationship there. But when you build that relationship, now you have a couple conversations. You're comfortable with that person. Now is a situation where they're saying, I want to help this person. So you just do the same thing. Take the same approach. It's not, and don't be nervous about it. Hey, all you're trying to do is better yourself. You can never be fearful of trying to, put yourself in a position where you're going to better yourself.
To get on that website, is it just LinkedIn.com or something?
LinkedIn.com. It's LinkedIn.com. If everybody's familiar with Google,
Yeah.
what I would do is Google it, and then I would begin to formulate a profile. And I'm going to leave my contact information because, like I said, if you want to reach out to me, I can give you the information. When you do create a site like that, a LinkedIn site, you want to have a professional photo. So you want to have a tie. You don't have to have, they don't have to go overboard, but just something that you would hire somebody. If you had a company, you want to look like the person you would hire. So, yeah, that's what LinkedIn is. Is any other questions? Do any of the young people, do you guys got questions about jobs? You want to get a job? Do all of y'all know what y'all want to be when y'all grow up? Let me, what y'all want to be? What you want to be?
I want to be a veterinarian.
You want to be a veterinarian? What you want to be?
A biologist.
A biologist? What you want to be, young man? Can he whisper in your ear? What he said?
Football player.
A football player? Okay. What you want to be after that? You can be a lot of stuff after that. What you want to be? Some people hide. A teacher? That's good. What you want to be, young lady? What she said? What you want to be, man? A basketball player? What about after basketball? You think about it? What you like outside of basketball? What you say? That's the only thing? Think about business, man. Think about some business. You may not have something in your mind right now, but start thinking about business. And I think there's one more person over there.
Sure.
What you want to be? Somebody, can somebody, you can tell them and say it to somebody here. What she say? A tennis player? Okay. What, do y'all, all of y'all work hard? Y'all hard workers? You work hard in school?
Yes.
You get a good grade?
Yes.
Okay. But that's the road to where y'all going is gonna be how hard y'all willing to work to get to y'all goals. The road to where y'all going. And I know somebody gonna get this and be very successful at this group. Is a lot of people that have, you know, been the same age as you guys. And you know, they were and they're billionaires and they're, you know, millionaires and they got businesses on TV. You guys know Oprah Winfrey? You heard of Oprah Winfrey? Oprah Winfrey, she grew up and she lived in, you know where Chicago is, right? You know where Chicago is? You heard of Chicago? But she grew up in Chicago and she struggled a little bit. But Oprah Winfrey, because she believed in herself and she kept her eyes on her goal, she was able to get to the place that she wanted to get to. So before I leave, I just want all of you guys to repeat after me. You ready? Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to say, I'm gonna get to my goals.
I'm gonna get to my goals.
Okay, I ain't here. Y'all gotta say it together. You ready? I'm gonna get to my goals.
I wanna get to my goals
At all costs.
at all costs.
And God is gonna bless me
And God is gonna bless me
to be whatever vision that He gives to me in my heart.
whatever vision He gives to me in my heart.
And now I want to grade everybody. They don't have any Q&As. We're gonna, you know, I want everybody to keep that with them. Because all it takes is a seed. And the seed, you know, you plant that seed and you never know, you know, where God is going to take you. Because I'm in Dallas, Texas, and you know, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and just knowing my background and how I grew up and some of the struggles that I grew up being growing up, and to be here flying across the country to speak to you guys, you know, God, I would have never thought that. So God can take you wherever if you believe it, He can take you wherever you want. You got to take that. You got to take that unbelief. Sometimes you be in that place in your life where you had that. It's just holding you back. You feel like it's a chain on you. And you know, that unbelief that you can't get it. So when you wake up in the morning on Monday, like, man, I ain't applying for no jobs because really I applied for jobs and that, you know, they not gonna hire me. I done went in here and did this and did that. I got this against me or that against me. But you got to go in there, you know, with a spirit of God and a spirit of God with no fear, knowing that if now I got some of these strategies that Brother Q came up here and talked to me about, and God sent these strategies. I'm not speaking on myself. This is God's message to you about strategies. Because He is inspiring your heart right now to take some action and saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get my resume together. I'm gonna get my interview tips together. I'm gonna get on LinkedIn. I'm gonna have all this stuff together. And then for some people, this word is for them to pass the word to someone else. You have grandkids, you have nephew, nieces. But when Jesus was here, He sent the disciples out to talk to spread the gospel. So, you know, one of the things sometimes you're in a position where you need to spread the gospel in terms of this job stuff, because everybody knows in the African American community there's a high unemployment rate, and there's a lack of knowledge. So we have to work together. We have to work together. You can tell one person, if you just leave here and tell one person, the 3 steps I told you about getting your resume together, interview tips, and getting your LinkedIn profile. That's just one more. That's how the knowledge continues to spread, and that's how we come. You know, that's how we as a people we begin to make a transition and start having some positivity I've helped many people get jobs on various levels. And the one thing every person have in common is when they come to me and they say, you know, Quentin, I'm ready to get this, I'm tired of this job, or I'm unemployed, or, you know, I'm tired, and I'm just ready to take my life to another level. The one thing that they come, and they come with passion, and they come with faith that something is about to happen, and they take that action. So I don't know where you at right now. Some people in here, they may be at where they may be happy where they at. But I would say, if I would challenge you today, if you're not happy where you at, to take action.